Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how I made these hardwood Mickey Mouse coasters from scrap wood as a Father's Day present for my dad. I started by ripping down my scrap maple and oak to 3/4 of an inch wide on the table saw. I went with 3/4 of an inch because I wanted to have a square pattern and the material was already 3/4 of an inch thick. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you like what you see, and please subscribe for future videos. Don't forget to comment down below anything you think that I could do better to improve on this in the future. I set up a stop block on my miter saw and cut the strips to 5.5 inches long. This is going to make it easier for me to clean up the work later because my planer hasn't been working right lately. Now I'm just putting the pieces together so they alternate between oak and maple strips. Now it's time for the first glue up. I'm making sure that the pieces are going the right way that I want, and I'm making sure not to put glue on the last piece. Otherwise, it's going to get glued to the clamp. And I'm repeating that pattern for my other sets as well. The reason that I went with these smaller sections is because I have to sand everything down to get it flat on the belt sander later. Like I said earlier, my planer hasn't been working. After a couple hours and the glue dried, I took the pieces out of the clamps and brought them back over to the miter saw. I cut one quick little cut to make sure that I had one flush edge to measure, and then I cut out 3/4 of an inch strips from those pieces. Now it's time for the second glue up. In order to get the pattern I want, I had to turn every other piece around, and then we end up with our checkerboard pattern. take a longer strip and I would run it through the planer, but like I said earlier, it's not working. So I had to spend a lot of time flattening it out on the belt sander. Now is a good time to mention that my original idea wasn't going to work out the way I had planned. I meant the coasters to be a little bit bigger, but after I made the original glue-ups, I realized they were going to be too big to saw in half on the bandsaw like I originally planned. So the final product is going to be a little bit smaller than what I had in mind. Because I had to make my template smaller, I was able to make more than I thought. So I printed out my template and I used spray adhesive to fasten it to the piece while I cut it out on the bandsaw. Now that my pieces were cut out from the templates, I wanted to saw them in half to make them a little bit thinner. What I should have done was sanded the outside first, which would have saved me time in the long run. No worries, I'll do that for my next set. And it's back to the belt sander to flatten out the other side. spray adhesive to put sandpaper on a piece of scrap wood to help me do some sanding. I did a smaller piece on a dowel to help me get the corners too. And after a lot of sanding, the coasters are finally done. I haven't decided how I want to finish them yet, so let me hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe for future videos.